Hello everyone. Today is 21st of March and the Hindu newspaper. So some important news I will discuss with you. AP government to implement subcategorization of SC. The subclassification will be based on the 2011 census with Andhra Pradesh as a single unit for implementation, says Naidu, adding that it will be applied at the district level from 2026. The Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly on Thursday approved the report of the Commission of Subclassification of Scheduled Caste headed by Rajiv Rajan Mishra as a retired IAS officer. A majority of members appealed to Legislative Assembly Speaker Chairman Pradru to ensure that the state government implemented the SC subclassification, taking the district as a unit. In his remarks, Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu reaffirmed the government's commitment to SC subcasterization, stating that it was a long-pending demand that had now been fulfilled. Mr. Naidu said subcastification of SC had been done in accordance with the Supreme Court's directive to ensure equitable distribution of benefits along the SC subgroup. This is a promise we made and we have fulfilled it. It has been a 30-year-long struggle and I am proud to see it come to uh, fruition during my tenure. Mr. Naidu said during his speech, he said the move would not cause harm to any group and urged people not to believe in misconception on it. State as unit. The subclassification will be based on the 2011 census with Andhra Pradesh as a single unit for implementation. However, from 2026 it will be applied at the district level. Mr. Naidu made it clear. The decision is aimed at ensuring that the historical marginalized subgroup within the community receive their rightful share of benefit, he said. And in this series, our second important news, Miss World 2025 in Telangana to cost 54 crores to be split between state and Miss World Limited. Telangana is set to become the global stage for beauty and culture as the state prepare to host the 72nd edition of Miss World Pigments between May 7 and 31st. The event will be see countries from 140 countries competing for the prestigious title, marking a significant moment for the state, which aims to showcase its rich cultures, heritage, and global ambition. The total expenditure for the event is estimated at 54 crore, with cost being equally shared between the Telangana Tourism Department and Miss World Limited. Telangana 27 crore contribution will primarily come from sponsorship. Tourism Minis- Minister Jupli Krishna Roy said at a press conference at Tourism Plaza Hotel in Hyderabad on Thursday. Mr. Jupali Krishna Roy hailed the occasion as a milestone for the state, under, underscoring the importance of hosting an event of such scale. He highlighted Telangana's blend of tradition and modernity, describing it as a land of warm hospitality, rich history, and scenic beauty. This is not just an opportunity to present the beauty of our state, but also to honor the value that Miss World represent. This year's Miss World Pigment is not just a celebration of external beauty, but of the strength of spirit, the illness of mind, and the kindness of the heart, he added. Tourism Security Samita Sabharwal elaborate on Telangana history, calling it the Three Linga Desha, and tracing its evolution as a state that emerged after decades of struggle. Now, Manipur's long road to recovery. President's rule was imposed in Manipur on 13 Feb 2025 after 21 months of violence and erosion, fueled by tensions between the Kuki-Zo tribes and the Meitei community, leaving 62,000 people displaced, with trade, healthcare, and education hit and business facing extortion and reduced demand. The center now has a 13-point agenda to restore stability. Vijayata Singh finds that many on both sides of the ethnic divide, however, long for peace. The challenge of policing digital gains. In November 18, 2024, the Competition Commission of India (CCI) issued a landmark order imposing a fine of 213.14 crore and forcing several behavioral remedies on Meta. This include a 5-year ban on sharing user data collected on WhatsApp with other Meta companies such as Facebook and Instagram for advertising purpose. In turn, Meta approached that the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal (NCLAT) in an appeal against CCI's order. The National Company Law Appellate Tribunal on January 23rd to 23rd of Jan 2025 granted a stay on the 5-year ban from sharing user data and the penalty subject to Meta depositing 50% of the total penalty. The I the CCI's order found that the privacy policy update introduced by Meta subsidiary WhatsApp in 2021 was an abuse of dominant position in the over-the-top OTT messaging service for smartphones and online display advertisement markets in India. This update requires users to mandatorily consent to expand data sharing, allowing Meta to provide access to such data to all of its other platforms, forcing users to accept a data sharing agreement on take it or leave it basis. Combined with the competitive advantage this data provides in online digital display advertising, constitutes an abuse of dominant position. The updated policy was used as a strategy to strengthen the market power of WhatsApp, potential harming competition and hindering other message platforms from competition on equal terms. The era of data. In the 21st century, the economy has become digital and data is the new oil. But unlike oil, that utility of data is virtually limitless. It can be collected, analyzed, and reduced identity, infinitely. In digital markets, data plays a foundational role in creating and sustaining dominance due to its unique characteristics and the competitive advantage it provides. Data is both the source and the enabler of dominance in digital markets. Platforms such as Meta leverage vast data pools collected from billions of users to refine algorithms, offer hyper-targeted advertising, and create personalized experience, thereby locking consumer into their ecosystem. This dominance is further amplified by data-driven network effect, where more users generate more data, enhancing the platform's value and differing competitors. Meta is not the only tech giant to force security from the CCI. In 2022, Google was fined one 1,337.76 crore for abusing its dominant position across several markets, including licensable operating system for smart mobile device, App Store for Android device, non-OS specific mobile web browser, online video hosting platform, and general web search serving in India. Google was found to have abused its dominant position position mandating the pre-installation of its app on Android service. This penalty was later upheld by NCLAT in 2024. Global action. The challenge posed by Meta market dominance are not confined to India and have been global regulatory concern. The majority staff report on competition in digital markets by US Subcommittee on Antitrust, Commercial and Admi- Administrative Law of the Committee on the Judiciary, highlighted the urgent need to reform antitrust law to address the unprecedented market power of tech giants. Meta faces antitrust litigation in US over its acquisition of Instagram and WhatsApp, accused of creating barriers to entry for competitors with Google has been sued from monopolitical parties. In 2024, the US District Court for the District of Columbia found Google in violation of the Sherman Act due to exclusive agreement in the search and advertising market. Australia has also taken steps to address the dominance of digital platforms. In Europe, the Facebook Germany cause stand out, where the Bundestagswahl meant federal cluster office found Meta has accused its dominant position by combining user data from various sources without explicit consent, violating both European Union competition law and General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR). This decision ascertains how data misuse can erode consumer privacy and hinder competition by creating entry barriers. In addition, Meta is under scrutiny in the EU for its ad-supported subscription services, while Google has already been fined over 8 billion across their three major attribute cases, including those targeting its anti-competitive practice in the mobile operating system and app markets. The parallel between the regulatory action against Meta and Google emphasizes the importance of addressing data exploitation, vertical integration, and anti-competitive practice through a multidisciplinary approach. Together, these approaches illustrate the challenge of harmonizing regulatory philosophies to effectively tackle the monoplastic particles practice of the global tech giants. Google and Meta are not even the first tech giant to face policing for the dominating markets in the US. In the past, a ruling in a antitrust licensing requirement AT&T to divested 22 operating companies, dismantling its monopoly. Similarly, antitrust processing against Microsoft resulted in oversight ensuring API access for third-party developers and greater flexibility for PC manufacture. The CCI orders against Google and Meta represent just a small chapter in the broader, well-documented concern about the overwhelming dominance of tech monopolies. The assault on multilateralism and international law. Should immigrants have the same right to protest as citizens? Rajni Srivastava, an Indian doctoral student at Columbia University, left the US on March 11, 2025 following the revocation of her student visa by the US State Department. Her departure followed a raid on her campus residence by immigrants and custom enforcement agents, who have accused her of being pro-human sympathizers. Earlier on 8th of March, immigration authorities arrested Mohammed Khalil, a Palestinian student activist and green card holder, for allegedly vomiting his terms of residency of supporting a US-designated tourist organization. Should immigrants have the same right to protest as citizens? Prabhas Ranjan and Happy Moon Joke discuss the question in a conversation moderated by Arantika Bhumike, edit expert. Rising from the essays. How to habitual offender law discriminate. How are habitual offenders deemed so? What is the history behind denotified and dominating tribes being as criminal tribes? Why are states as Gujarat not keen to repeal the habitual offenders law? Army seeks inclusion of additional areas in Manipur under AFSPA. At a review meeting chaired by the Union Home Minister on Wednesday, the Army showed the inclusion of additional police stations limited in Manipur Valley district within the ambit of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act AFSPA. It means Armed Forces Special Power Act. A senior government official told The Hindu on November 14, 2024, out of 19 police stations in 7 districts of Manipur, the AFSPA was re- reimposed in the jurisdiction of 6 in 5 districts of Manipur, mostly in the valley, in the wake of ethnic violence in the state that erupted on 3rd of May 2023. The armed proposed that 12 police stations limited in the Valley district be brought under the AFSPA for operational efficiency. The suggestion was to reimpose the AFSPA in phases. However, a final decision will be taken by the ministry, said the official. At a revenue meeting chaired by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi on 1st March, the possibility of bringing additional areas under the AFSPA, if required, was deliberated. The APSPA was withdrawn from the limits of Old Valley Police Station between 1st of April 2022 and 1st April 2024 amid an improved security situation. The described area notification for the Hill District in Manipur has been periodically extended, with the last one issued on 26th of September 2024. The ministry uh, reviewed the scope of the EFSPA in Assam, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, and Manipur at a multi-agency meeting on Wednesday. It is likely that one of the four districts in Assam may be de-notified under the EFSPA, said the official. The 1958 law gives powers to the army and the Central Armed Police Force deployed in distributed areas to kill anyone acting in contra- uh, contravention of law, arrested and search any premises without a warrant, and granted protection from prosecution and legal suit without the Union government cession. The ASPA was reimposed in the jurisdiction of six police stations in five districts of Manipur last November. Believe India will cut tariff sustainability on US good Trump. The only problem is India is one of the highest tariffing nation, but on the 2nd of April we will charge them same tariff they charge US, says President. India Brazil could play key role in climate talks. Look, presidents designate of the upcoming climate talks in Brazil, Andre Logo said this was a time when developing countries, including India and Brazil, could play a greater role in shaping the conversation around climate change. The challenge always has been that it's more difficult to get money for the adaptation than mitigation because it was seen to benefit the developing countries, India and Brazil, for example, as well as the donor country. In adaptation, the benefit for the donor country was not so clear. However, now adaptation is being formed as a way that can influence migration. Migration look hazy, so adaptation and mitigation are moving closer to one another, and the closer they are, the more resources can follow for both, Mr. Lango said at press conference here on Thursday. Inflation going up in South from migration from poor states. SBI research report says northern states display a higher trend in prices of various items rate cut. over the cycle could be at least 75 basis points. Labor immigration from low income to high income state in search of employment is resulting in higher inflation in richer states in the southern, such as Kerala and Tamil Nadu, as per a State Bank of India report. The reason wise analysis to retail prices showing southern state display a higher trend in prices for items like vegetables, cereals, and most of the pulses, SBI researchers said. Northern, East and Western region have had lowest inflation against higher inflationary trends displayed by Southern and East region, they said. A back of the envelope analysis indicate that in the post-pandemic period, inflation declined 3.4 in the East and while the in official said.